And welcome back to the Ground Zero podcast. It has been too long, but we are back with Jump and Wit. I appreciate you guys' patience as we tried to get these out, but now we are into season 2, and we got a lot to go over. How you doing over there, Wit?
Doing good, doing good. Happy post Thanksgiving. We're through one holiday. It was a beautiful holiday, good 4 day, hiatus for me from work, and a lot of people enjoying their time with their families. So hopefully everybody was safe and enjoyed it. It's the biggest part, just being safe and being with your family. So
Love
enjoyed it,
Thanksgiving.
Jump. Yeah, it was beautiful. Now, working on the next holiday, and like we were talking before, I love Christmas time and just the feeling of Christmas and what's about. It's a fun time of year. It's something that you should enjoy and cherish. So
As you can see, I am already fully ready to be in the spirit. But yeah,
yes,
man,
yes,
there's
I like it. I love the tree behind you. I need to get mines in the other room. You can kind of see. Let me pull my computer. There you go.
Oh yeah,
There it is in the other room over there. So lighting up the whole room. But
looking
yeah,
good.
yeah, I love. We put up Christmas lights and all that day after Thanksgiving. So but yeah, a lot's been going on at Ground Zero. We apologize a lot. I mean, I got sick. There's a lot of things going on, and want to get back into this again and get on the train. But yeah, lots happened in GZ over the past what 3 weeks or so, give or take.
Dude,
A
it's
lot of
hard to keep
movement.
up with it all.
So we had a legend of the league that retired and was a sad day. Jaden the Tornado admin, one of the founders of the league, a guy that put a lot into the league and a lot of effort and time and energy doing the streams, the Ground Zero streams. I mean, really, really gonna be missed, but I know he'll be back. He's got a lot going on. Bowling is a big part of his life, and I know he's really enjoying that. So I hope he really focuses on that and gets himself a big sponsorship and a lot of money, and they can bring it over to Ground Zero, and we can
That
get
would be
better.
awesome. Yeah, that was certainly a little bit of a shock and a disappointment. I have very much enjoyed being in a league with Phoenix Jaden the Tornado for as long as we have. He's an awesome guy. He's been a great admin. He's always there. So that was a little bit of a bummer to see him go, but he's always around. I have no doubt he's going to be a part of Ground Zero if he's playing or not. And I've had to take a hiatus. I don't know how about others, but I took about a year and a half to 2 years off of Madden. You just got to do it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean Matt St. Jelly, another example of somebody that
Yeah.
took some time off and came back, and this is family. We're always going to be here, and life happens, and you go through things. Sometimes you got to step away and handle your life and handle handle your family, and whether it be illnesses or just you want to step away because it's time to you want to do some other things. But I think this is a special league. People stay, people don't, that's what was very interesting. So we had him leave and his team was open, the Texans. And so
Yep.
I was looking at it, and I mean I had the Saints and I was building something. I had, a lot of young talent, but I put my name out there for the team. I figured there'd be a lot more people, but I guess I was wrong, and I ended up getting the Texans. So I'm going to try to carry on Jane's tradition and building that team up and doing something with
Get
that
to be
team.
the controller of Noah Floyd. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes, I get. Yeah,
big deals.
I get to see him twice a year, which is fun. I just played Ann about 15 minutes ago. Had a fun game. Had My scoring was interesting. Had a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, and then had a kick return touchdown. So those are two that I've never had. I don't think I've had either one of those before. I know Hail Mary. I don't think I've ever had. And this Madden, you can run it back a little bit easier on kickoffs, but
A
yeah,
little bit.
yeah, a little bit, but yeah, Ant still put the hammer to me, but we had a fun time. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it, and so he's a new member of GZ. We'll talk about them, but so I took over the Texans. So then we had Lycan leave, another member of ours that has been around a long time. He's really busy with life, trying to work and got a lot of things going on in his life, and wants to kind of do some other things. So he left. So that NFC South has
Yep.
just been torn apart. And then the Bucks, Chandler
Yes, it has.
left, so you had Q standing by himself, wondering, what's wrong? What is it, me, or why is everybody leaving? And
Oh, let me answer that for you, Q. Yes, yes, it's you.
exactly, when you're 11-0 right now in Week 12, Season 2, and you won the Super Bowl, yeah, it's a challenge to play you. I
No,
mean, you're on your game. I mean, I've never seen somebody. I mean, Q's a good player,
he
but I
is
don't think he's
brutal to
played.
play right now.
Yeah, he's brutal. He's on his game, man. He's like a game every game. So, but yeah, so now, so I mean, so that whole division got turned upside down. So I went to the Texans. We had, let me look at my list here. So I've got
Yeah,
some
man.
names here. So we had Chuck go from the Broncos to the Bucks. So Chuck was the Broncos. He went to the Bucks, and then we had.
Now, did he think it was going to be an easier path in the NFC? Is
Well,
that
I
what we're
think I
assuming?
my thought is he was struggling because he gave up Russell and he had a young quarterback, and I think he realized that. I think that that the Bucks had a lot more talent and a lot more talent on our team than the Broncos, and they're more win now. And I think Q and him are good buddies, and he can play Q a little bit better than anybody. So for me, I think Chuck make that decision very easy for himself to figure out that he's going to go and be with the Bucks. So then we had let's see who else. We had some other movement here. We had so Lil Ant took over the Colts. He's been with the Colts. Uncle Elroy took over the Broncos. He's from New York, New Jersey, teacher's assistant. Really nice guy. Really trying to learn all these new members. Jump so far, but
It's it's a lot too. Sorry, I may have to. I have a sick kid, so
oh, don't
podcast
worry. I
friends.
understand. I understand. I've been through that many years. So yeah, so Brumby came back. So that was another surprise. So Brumby is now the Jaguars
That's
because
awesome. Yep.
we lost one of our the owners of the Jaguars that was around for a long time, and he had some. I mean, just life happens, and
Oh, Victor, right?
yeah, Victor, Victor left, and he's like I said, most of these guys are welcome back. I mean, not a lot of people leave and leave in bad terms. I mean, Chandler with the Bucks, I
Some
think.
do.
Yeah, some do. Yeah, there's some. I mean, Chandler and some other people, but good to see Brumby back. He's been part of Ground Zero. He's been waiting on a PlayStation 5 for 2 to 3 years now, so he got one.
I think that's awesome. Yep.
And it's great timing. So now he's with us, with me, Ant, and Waltz in the AFC South. So then you got Uncle Elroy with Scott, Mills, and Dylan in the AFC West. Your division hasn't changed. You still have Tiger,
Why would it?
you, Bling, and Blake. So, and then in the East, it's pretty much the same. Roadhouse. Well, B Farms is with the Giants.
And he
So
replaced
Estrada,
Meg last year or something. So
yep, Estrada moved. So Estrada moved to the Browns, and then B Farms went to the Giants. OG Willie, he's a South Bend guy as well, Jump, and he's with the
right.
Panthers. So,
And I
and
remember
then
Willie, so that's cool.
yeah, it's good to have Willie. And then C Crack, I used to be with him in RML when I first started my CFM experience years and years ago. That was the only
Oh,
league I was
awesome.
in, and that was a league like this, very active, one of the top leagues in the country, and so I've known him for a long time. So it's good to have him on board as a Saints. And then we talked about
Cool.
Chuck with the Bucks, and so that's
Yeah.
about it. And then the West, everybody kind of stayed the same. So that's the movement right there. I wanted to kind of hit on that and talk about the movement because there has, I mean, it's the most
Well, it
movement
doesn't
I've
happen
seen.
a lot, right?
No, it doesn't. So it's a shocker. It's a
To have
shocker
it
to
all
see
at
that
once.
many
Yeah.
people. And I don't think from now on, I think we're pretty good from here on out. I mean, we're going to have people on the wait list, which is good. And we got, it was just funny. Coach hit me up. You remember Coach? So he's been another person waiting
For
on a
sure.
PS5, and hey, I want to hit you up. I got a PS5. I said, hey man, I'd love to put you. We'll put you on the wait list. Love to have you back, man. Coach is a good person. Always pleasant to talk to. Always fun to play. Good attitude.
Into it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love Coach, man. So it's nice to
Mhm.
see him back. It's nice to get some of the the OGs of GZ back. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, that's about it, John. I mean, for the player movement, or the owner movement. I'm sorry, the owner movement of GZ. That was a lot going on over the last 3 weeks or so, give or take. So
Yeah, well, I appreciate you going over that, man. Because I'll jump in the chat as much as I can at times, but it has legitimately been hard to follow some of it, which is very abnormal for us. But like you said, I think now it's pretty settled. We still got people like it's a full league. We just need to get used to some new names, and that's awesome. Get new people a chance. I know we had people waiting, like like you mentioned, Uncle Elroy was on there for a while, active in the chat.
mhm.
Obviously he wanted to be in, so that's awesome to see them get their chance, and now we're in it, right? And now we're pretty deep into season 2 already.
Yeah, week
Like
12.
we're
We're in week 12,
mhm.
gonna be ready to advance to week 13. And so right now we've got I mean, some tight divisions, some divisions that are dominated by some owners. But right now the AFC North, you've got Oscar at 7-4, and you got Strata at 6-4, and then 3-8 Deke, 3-9 Malibu. So that division's tight. So you
And
got
I think
Oscar and Estrada
Malibu's
fighting.
taking some games off, right?
Yeah, I
Like
think so.
because Malibu,
I haven't seen him active very often. So something's going on with, he's got a lot of things going on. And this time of year, we all know it's Christmas time,
yeah,
holiday
stuff that
season. There's a lot going on. So sometimes I had to give a forced win to somebody because I was sicker than a dog. So I mean, there's a lot going on. So I mean, I think
well,
we get
you got to
through
always
this season.
prioritize. You got
Exactly.
to try to get the games in whenever you can. If it can't happen, it's understandable. But I know that like he's not a 3-9 owner.
No,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
he's not.
And
No, he's
and
not.
and Deke's good, but he fluctuates in his record as well. So he's down a little bit there, but
I think that
certainly
division will be
just
tighter next season. I think that
mhm.
division, when after the holidays and everything's done and we're back to normal life, I think that division is going to be a very, very close and tight division because all four of those players are good players.
Should be a good finish between Oscar and Estrada there
Yeah.
too.
Oh
Both
yeah.
probably buying.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see that. In the East, you got Bellis at 8-4, 7-3. Chandy running his heels, and then 5-6 Nate, and then 3-8 Jelly. That one surprised me. Jelly is really surprising. He had a decent year the first year. He was trying to build and develop his team, but I haven't watched a lot of his games. But I don't know what's going on with Jelly. But that one surprised me. Him being 3-8, I thought he'd be right in the thick of things with Nate and all the rest of those owners.
Me too. Although I was thinking about this, kind of looking at, I really haven't spent a whole lot of time like breaking down the whole league the way we try to when we get together for these in a while. And, you know, I don't know what really surprises me anymore. Like that's why I feel a little bit bad that Jaden in particular left because I totally get it. Like more than a few seasons in a row where you feel like you're growing and you just don't add wins. It would be very easy to be like, okay, I just need to step away,
Yeah.
right? But then you see Floppy like at what 9-3 or something,
Yep.
and I know the fortunes can change pretty quickly. So like I'm not, and Andy, and we'll get to that all those others, but there's like certain ones where you expect, for instance, Noah to always be whatever 16-0, 17-0. It doesn't ever happen that way, but you always expect things, or I always expected Andy in particular to be a couple losses a season tops, but things change quickly. That's why you always kind of got to keep plugging because I don't know what really surprises me. Bling has 4 losses. I didn't think he'd lose 4 generally a season. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's why Jelly, I saw that too, because Jelly, and you bring that up, Jelly surprised me. But then I'm also like, well, he stepped away. He showed a lot last season, but
And
he's
he's got,
still
yeah,
pretty
yeah, and
far
he's still
removed.
trying to, yeah, he's far removed from the game. He hasn't been playing it for a year and a half or whatever. So he's really got still trying to learn the game and everything else. And I don't know how much, more than just GZ he plays, man. He might not play it
Yeah,
more than just playing GZ games. If you're only spending time playing GZ games and you're not
it's 3 games a
labbing,
week, bro.
yeah, if you're not, in different leagues and labbing and playing all the time, I mean, that's the way it's going to be. So,
Yep. So
yeah,
that was surprising, but not terribly surprising because I think he's expected to have some hurdles. I kind of wanted to see Nate take a step. So
yeah.
I still think he can, and I still think at some point this cycle you'll see those Dolphins at like 11, 12 wins in a season, but he hasn't quite yet. But I think that Bellis and I like this division to watch, but I think Bellis and Chandy should be good right to the end as well.
Yeah, I think we don't have a lot of time. It's winding down. I'm
No,
gonna
I just
go
saw that too.
really quick through this. And Noah's pretty much got a 3 game lead in the South. I mean, you got Ant and Brumby. Brumby's come back, and I think they're gonna give him a run next year.
It's a
AFC
division to
West,
watch for the future.
exactly. The AFC West is locked down. You got Mills at 9-1. You got Dylan
Yep.
at 4-6 right now. That division's wrapped up. Now moved to
But
NFC
Dylan
North.
seems to kind of conceded for the most part. Like he's got
Yeah,
a lot
he's
moving
got a lot
stuff
going
and
on
all.
too. He's moved. He's just moved to a whole new city and a whole new state. So he's got and a new job. So baby, he's got a lot going on.
He's got a lot.
A
Totally get
lot
it.
going on. Your division 8-2. You got 7-4 riding your heels with Bling and Blake. So I mean, that's a 3-team division there if they can pull out some wins and
Dude, Blake,
all
I
that.
love to
So
see it.
yeah,
Blake's right in there, and
you got you got
Lang,
MC
and
East.
I'm
Yeah,
still holding strong.
you got MC East, Tyler and Nick are neck and neck, 6-5. So those two will fight with shit. You got B phones right behind them at 5-5. So that's another 3-team race that's gonna come down. So then you got
Doesn't it seem like at this point already that like Nick and oh shoot, Nick and Tyler are gonna be one game apart, two games
oh
apart,
yeah,
and in the fight
yeah.
all every season? I feel like they're gonna be
Mhm.
close the entire
I
time.
think
This will
that
be
division
fun.
is gonna be really close. I think Roadhouse is gonna
Mhm.
start putting
Yeah, and
some wins
going in.
together too. So the NFC South, I mean, you got Q dominating at 11-0. Chuck will be right there on his heels. We got two new owners in that division, so that's
It'll
going to
be
take
an
them some
interesting
time.
addition if he can make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. If Chuck can make in the playoffs, I think he'll make people make a run for their money. Then NFC West, you got Floppy at 9-2, 9-3. Zach
Awesome.
with Captain Motherland. So you got those two are going to be battling out. The other two teams are 4-8, 4-7. So that division's pretty much wrapped up. I think Pooj will come back next year, and yeah, I think Andy with the Seahawks, something's going on with him too. He's been I think a little off this season. So
I know what it is.
huh?
He has a rookie QB.
Yeah,
Like I think
yeah,
what happens is like you get these guys that you expect to be like you get a rookie QB. Like if I'm not mistaken, he got his first round QB like and it was almost gifted to him. Like it fell to him, right?
yeah,
I could be wrong, but I think he had a mid first round pick, late pick, and he got his QB. So he was probably psyched.
yeah.
And I think what happens is sometimes these guys like rookies, Justin Fields, like guys like that, like you'll get in the game and you'll be expect that they can do all these things. And the way this game plays, it's hard. Like
Yeah.
bad QBs are bad. Like they'll
Oh
throw
yeah, they're
bad
bad. They're
passes.
bad. Yeah,
Rookies
yeah.
will make bad throws. And so I
I think
think
yep.
even though we
Chuck
have
saw
Drew
that.
Lock, who's nothing special, I think, DK Metcalf pulls defenses. But
Mhm.
I think there's a couple of things, but he's still probably gonna make the playoffs somehow. And even if he doesn't, like he's a good player, he'll be back next season. But that's what I mean, man. Those shifts happen.
Yeah, they
Like,
do, and they're going to shift. And I think right now with Thanksgiving, November, December, a lot going on. I mean, Dylan's moving
yeah,
states. You got people. I know Deke's been taking care of his mom for months and months. There's a lot going on. I mean, it's people have other lives outside of Ground Zero, but I tell you what,
I
we play
refuse
our
to believe it.
games. People play their games fast. A lot of involvement. Podcasts. This is something we love to do. Talk about the league. We also have some exciting news that Chuck
Yeah.
has volunteered and wanted to step up and do a power rankings show. So we're excited to. I think he's going to roll that out here in the next week or two.
I
So
think him doing a Chuck doing a show, his power rankings should at least it'll be like Chuck Barkley. It'll be it might not all make sense, but it should
be
be
fun.
entertaining.
I can't wait, man. I
And
love Chuck. He is a personality, man. That guy is. I mean, it's just fun to watch him. Then he's gonna have guests on there. We're gonna probably our next podcast. Me and Jump were talking. We're probably gonna bring somebody on. We haven't had anybody on since Q and season 1. I think that was like mid season. So I think we'll finish. I don't know if we'll do it the next podcast or after the Christmas, but we'll find some stuff. If anybody's interested in being on the next podcast, hit up Jump or myself, and let's get something put together. I think having guests is always fun because then we can kind of talk about the league and what people like, what they see, and but yeah, I'm excited
Different
for Chuck's
perspective. You're
power
right.
rankings. Yeah, I'm excited for Chuck's
Yeah,
power rankings. I'm excited. The admin team's been doing great. We've had a lot of changeover, a lot of
a
controversy.
lot
I
to
mean,
deal with. They've been
a lot going on.
fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, not just trades and usual stuff. Just a lot of people moving around, a lot of people leaving,
Had
and
someone from the admin team.
yeah,
Crucial.
yeah,
Not there, right?
yeah.
Like that's
So I mean,
a lot to
exactly.
figure.
So we see that, we appreciate it. Jump, me and Jump, I know, talk about all the time how much I appreciate the admin team and what they do, and they're always, I know they have lives outside, and so it's hard. Sometimes they're on, sometimes they're not, and when things happen, you definitely want to have an admin available, and they most of the time do, but sometimes they're at work or got things going on. But all in all, the league's healthy. Got some great new owners. I'm excited to get to know them more and watch them grow. And we'll be done with this season here in what, 2 weeks, I think. So um,
Yeah, buddy.
so right before Christmas. So we'll probably, yeah, probably the week before Christmas, getting done doing the playoffs, do the draft, get in the, and then we got New Year's. So hopefully we'll get the schedule out. But I'm excited to see the playoffs. There's some tight races. Jump, excited to see you. You've been good the first 2 seasons. I mean, the usual, usual top players are right there, and there's some, some sneaking up.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck. I think Chuck will
There's
give Q a run for his money. I think as soon as he dials in that team, and then you got two new owners in the South, MC South. As soon as they dial in that team, I think they're going to give both those guys a run for their money. So
I do think your Saints had a lot to offer. We'll see what it's Crack over there, right? We'll see
yeah,
what he can do with them. I
hmm,
think you built kind of with your last trade in particular, you created an interesting and kind of blank slate almost for
yeah.
someone to do a lot with. So that he should be able to
A
do
lot of
there.
money,
Yeah,
a lot of cap
a lot
space.
of
That's what
money
I was trying to
picks,
do. I was trying to get
young
a lot of
guys.
cap space, a lot of draft capital, which he told me that's the reason why I kind of took the team, because he saw that draft capital, he saw how much money that team has going in the off season. So that team, it will be a whole different team next season. So
Yeah,
same
which is
thing with
why I
me.
was disappointed to see you leave them. There was a lot of stuff there to go,
Yeah,
but you'll have
yeah.
fun with the Texans. But I do want
Yeah,
to see what's.
I like change, man. Me, I'm not the top tier
I
player in
can't
this
do it.
league. I'm here to have fun, and I need to just get back to that. I get frustrated because losing isn't fun day in and day out, and getting, beat by 30, 40 points. And Noah is a beast. It feels like every time I play him, my team just doesn't even want to show up. It's like, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, but I mean, it's all
Plays
momentum.
wrong.
It's momentum. It's Madden. It is what it is. But it's a game, and at the end of the day, it's something that we all can get away from our day to day life. Our stresses at work. And everything going on in life, and come and hang out with family and talk about if you need anything, and we're all here for each other. Strada's always stepped up and helped people. I've helped people out with money. I've tried to send money to people that need it, and that's part of, I mean, if I'm able and blessed to help people, that's what it's all about. And this league is more of just winning Super Bowls and playing, this and that. We're all here. And Q, prayers out for Q. He got in a car accident, what, 2 3 days or 2 days ago, I think. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
hopefully
Yeah.
he's doing better.
So prayers, Q, for you. Hopefully get your leg better, and get rolling. And I'm glad, you can replace a car. You can't replace
Did he
people.
mention if it hurt his thumbs? Because I wouldn't mind if it hurt his thumbs a little. No, I'm just
Yeah.
playing because I do want a Super Bowl, and
Yeah, yeah. You're
eventually
like,
that's
this is
gonna
the
have to go through
season.
him.
This is the season. Jump. You got
That's
it. You
right.
got your chance right now. Yep. No,
But
but no.
appreciate
Yeah.
you guys, and Wit, thanks for jumping back in here, buddy. Appreciate all you guys for watching and checking this back out. As long as you guys come back, we will try to as well.
Yeah. We'll keep doing this. We'll get back on this where we're doing this every couple weeks, if not weekly. And as long as our schedules line up, me and Jump and all that, we'll be jumping back on here and doing things and getting guests on. But excited to see Chuck's show. Excited to see